Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing devilishly well. For today's valued viewer request, we delve yet again into the PAF IAF axes. We always do one for the PAF for every IAF that we do, so we keep everything equal. What we've got here is Vox Gamer. Sorry we haven't tackled this, it's been on air for months, but we're finally getting around to it. PAF, bias, cap, can you recreate I always read that as Pathankot for some reason, but there's Pathankot, Airstrike by the PAF, and we've just received a map, which is cool. Stand by. I've got a map here. Now, I'm so ignorant about this part of the world, I just don't know what's what. So, that's India. So India's, the size of it is so big, it's just incomprehensible. It's like loads of US states put together. You just cannot get your head around it. There's Pakistan. This is the disputed Kashmir. And Pathankot is here, about 10 kilometers from the Kashmir border. Right, so that's where we are in the world. Let's read about the strike. This is going to take a little while, so get your cup of tea and sit down. Devastation of Pathankot. PAF's airstrike on the 6th of September 1965 on the Indian Air Force base of Pathankot has been rated by historians and defense analysts of both India and Pakistan as one of the most successful air raids of contemporary history. Not only did the PAF pilots achieve complete surprise, but they also executed attack with textbook precision. Doesn't sound very much like GR. Its details make fascinating reading. The PAF's airstrike plans for the dusk of day one of the war, I didn't know that, 1965, comprised of the following. Station of origin, Zagoda, Peshawar and Morapur, sorties and aircraft, 8 times F-86 Sabres from each. God, this is going to be 32 Sabres we're going to have today. That's going to be interesting. Target. Oh, I see. Oh, wow. There was 4 targets. I didn't even know that. So 8 Sabres will be coming onto Pathankot with us. There are 3 other targets I didn't even realise happened. So much history here. I know it's, all war's bad and whatnot, but, history should always be told and remembered. So much history in 65 and 71 and just throughout the 20th century, sorry. Time over target for a strike was set for 17:05 for all of these, so they all arrived at the same time. This was to be followed by night bombing raids by B-57s, which we may actually put in the mission. We may change it around a bit so that they bombed in the day, just so you can see that. Number 19 Squadron, which is based at Peshawar, had been given the Indian airfield of Pathankot as its first target. The target had been allotted in mid-1965 when the Run of Catch crisis, no idea what that was at its peak. Pathankot was the only large Indian Air Force airfield within fighter reach of Peshawar. It's just how I say it. And even this distance of 200 miles was so marginal, I don't want to fly 200 miles, I'll see, for the Sabre with 2 200-gallon drop tanks, remember that, in addition to full internal fuel, if sufficient reserve was to be kept in hand for fighting exit. This would limit the weapons to only 1,800 rounds of 6 50 caliber Browning guns of the Sabre. I'm going to jump on just a little bit. After landing at Zagoda for refueling, the formation rushed back to Peshawar to prepare for a strike on Pathankot. Having rested a while, the pilots were assembled for final briefing at 1600 hours. Everything proceeded according to the plan, and formation got airborne at 1630 hours, climbed in battle formation up to 33,000 feet, and then dived down to treetop level and set course for the IP, the initial point for the target. We're not sure where the IP is going to be, but the planning staff was not certain whether Pathankot would still be occupied by IAF aircraft after the outbreak of hostilities, but the formation of 8 Sabres escorted by 2 more Sidewinders equipped F-86s acting as top cover at 6,000 meters were fortunate. A glimpse of the other side of the story is also presented from the website Bharat Rakshak, which is going to be the IAF side, I guess, but we're not going to look at that today. As evening approached, Pathankot Airbase received an urgent call from squadron leader Dandapani at Amritsar Air Defence Centre. He spoke to Wing Commander Kurian and informed him that several Sabres had been observed taking off and then go off the scope, so when they went low, as they all went below the radar horizon. This had all the telltale signs of an incoming raid. Kurian informed Suri about suspicions of a raid and asked permission to scramble the CAP Combat Air Patrol. This is where the Pathankot base commanders made a vital mistake for which the IAF paid dearly. Suri refused to order the CAP to go off and ordered Kurian to go off shift. Whoops! That's silly. The PAF aircraft reached Pathankot precisely on time at 17:05 hours and discovered a large number of IAF aircraft parked around in protected dispersal pens, with no enemy fighters in the vicinity and fairly thin ground fire. Nosy, I think is their leader, set the ball rolling with 4 carefully positioned divers from about 500 meters, systematically selecting individual aircraft in the protected pens on the airfield for his fixed gun attacks. He was gratified to recognise the distinctive delta-winged MiG-21s. Wow, so they had MiG-21s in 1965. I had no idea. India's latest Mach 2 capable fighter among the aircraft on the ground, and singled them out for special attention. So let's make sure we go for the 21s, RC. The rest of the pilots followed suit. Each pilot had been briefed to make only 2 passes, but the lucrative targets and the limited opposition enabled them to make multiple passes. Wing Commander Tawab, flying top cover, counted at least 14 fires burning on the airfield. Wing Commander Kurian was just then driving into his garage at his house when he heard the AK guns of the AAA booming. He looked towards the airfield to see 4 Sabres bore down the airfield at low level, firing their machine guns, while the 2 F-104 starfighters kept high altitude cover. It's one thing, the PAF had starfighters back here. I had no idea before, but that's so cool. As the 4 Sabres pulled out, another 4 bore in. The Sabres strafed buildings, installations and aircraft on the ground. The Sabres attacked the row of MiGs and Mysteers, French fighters, along the blast pens in the aircraft. The cap was not scrambled. 2 of the MiGs, which were being refueled after returning from an earlier flight, went up in flames. Some Mysteers on the ground bore the brunt of the raid and were damaged, as were 2 MiG-21s. Only the fact that the Sabres' half-inch machine guns could fire ball ammunition instead of exploding cannon shells prevented further damage. The Sabres slipped off unscathed as the airfield defences were caught napping. For the PAF, this raid was a cakewalk. All in all, 1 C-119, 4 Mysteers, 2 Nats, 2 MiG-21s were destroyed in this highly successful raid by the Pakistan Air Force. After debriefing and interrogation, this textbook operation against Pathankot was credited with 7 MiG-21s, 5 Mysteers, and 1 Fairchild C-119 destroyed on the ground, plus damage to the air traffic control building. IAF admits to the loss of only 2 MiG-21s, but it goes to the credit of PAF that after the fateful strike on Pathankot, Indian MiG-21s were not seen in the air for the remaining duration of the 1965 war. And that's why that will explain why I hear so little of MiG-21s in the 1965 war. How interesting. What a really interesting piece of history we've got there, RC. And I know so. It's the first day of the 1960s. We're slowly piecing this war together bit by bit. Interesting. Right, let's go and do it. Okay, welcome to 1965, the first day of the 1965 conflict. We are part of an 8-man strike group of Sabres, and we are going to bomb Pathankot IAF Airbase. Come on, RC, let's make this happen. Use that nozzle steering. You got that. You got it.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, nozzle steering, this thing is a B-I-A-T-C-H. Damn it, I can't spell it. But that's okay. Yes, it is a deharch. A deharch. Then head directly towards Pathankot, otherwise known as Nalchik, in our native tongue.
Barry?
I don't know, figure it out, I'll see. I'm not the map man. You're the map man. Oh my god, I almost tipped over. Ah! Can't get myself centered. That's PIO for you. Right.
Alright. Oh, there we go. Whew.
Pull back on the stick to take off RC, that's traditional.
Thanks.
We are quite heavy with our tanks and ting.
Yeah.
Okay, so go. Ooh, airborne. You're up. Claps. The claps are really weird in this RC. You have to work them. And then neutralise them or something, I can't remember.
No, you just put them up.
Oh, is that what you do? Army guns now, because I know we'll only forget.
Great on.
Valued viewers, welcome back. We're merging with the rest of our flights. I've ordered them to fly super low, and as usual, they've ignored me, so it looks like we're going in over the radar. Or should I say, within the radar. Welcome back, valued viewers. We've departed, as usual, a little bit from the original story. We've allowed some HVAR rockets because they make boom boom. And let's face it, we all like a bit of boom boom.
They were definitely a little higher than I was looking.
Roger. We really need to, we do so many of these videos, it's probably about time we downloaded some PAF skins for the F-86. Bear in mind how prolific it is in the PAF's arsenal, but red does look cool. Can't take that away from us. And the Sabre just looks cool anyway, yeah. Great little plane this is. Kinematically not as impressive as its MiG-15 counterpart, but super sweet plane still. What? Did you say something, RC? Definitely said something.
Shilka took you out last night.
It's radar guided, RC. Plus, you should have warned me. You should have seen the tracers coming up. You should have said, Supercap, this is your best friend RC, and I'm going to protect you by telling you tracers. No, he wanted me to get hurt.
I wanted you out of the game.
He did. You wanted to rag up them kills, didn't you? God damn it. Roger, we've got to destroy any of the IAF's fighting ability. Oh, my boys are doing something. Hang on. No, they're not. Let me guess, they just turn around and go home now. Like, nah, don't want to strike Pathankot. Can't see the base. Stuck in formation. At a dangerously high altitude. You know what this altitude is? Perfect for getting shot by AAA. We've just literally flown over the base, so I'm going to have to leave my boys and hope that they wake up. Yeah, they're doing ting. Okay, I think they're attacking. Cap rolling in. Oh, good. You killed something, RC.
I don't know,
wow.
did I?
You have. Following you up. Okay, you got AAA on you, so be aware. Alright, remember, the only way we're going to die if we basically crash into the ground and over G or something, well, or get shot by a lucky bullet, but I've only got low caliber, so it's, you know, it'd have to be a real douchebag to get shot by just AAA. Whoa, what happened to the clouds? What a silly billy. Okay, 6 M2s or M3s, I can't remember. Armed and ready. Going to take some MiG-21s down. Oh, one of the Nat. No, I thought you killed one of the photo Nats, but you didn't.
Maybe some damage.
Boom! MiG-21 hit. High G turn the hell out of this thing. I think come from quite a low angle seems to do better. I'm going to go in a low angle this time.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely in now.
Yep, they got the boys. Loading the ting up. Like history, we're not doing a vast amount of damage with these half-inches, but it'll be enough to stop them flying at least.
Like these guys killed the AAA.
Yeah, nice. That's actually useful. Yeah, so I don't think we're going to get those planes smoking and blowing up with half-inch non-explosive, but it will stop them flying for the rest of the war. Taka taka taka. Taka 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 taka. I'm following right behind you. You did like a kind of S shape with your bullets. That's funny. Those things that look like hawks are actually bowling gnats. I can promise you that, valued viewers. That's something I can promise you. Man, this is fun. Gave him a proper... Woo! Just shot back at me. Giving you a proper paste. Giving them proper pasting, I see. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a fancy split S attack. Oh, look at those rockets. To show off to the valued viewers. Watch as I crash.
Got the AAA. I'm just going to get that guy.
Man, this thing carries bucket loads of ammo. Chuck with it.
It does.
I'm going to ignore the photo Nats. I want that Mach 2 MiG-21. Oh, look. Careful not to shoot me.
Ow.
Oh, Cap Winchester. Well, I don't see any on fire, but I can tell you now, none of those planes are taking off for 6 months or so, RC. Because they are literally full of lead. Right. I say we get our skates on, RTB, and we'll see you and the boys back at base. Yeah, that one's full of bullet holes. 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 And he's ejected. That one's full of bullet holes. That one's full of bullet holes. That one's full of bullet holes. Folded nap that says the fighter collection and has BAE written all over it. Bullet holes, bullet holes, bullet holes. Yay, super cap. This is why no one should ever trust me with anything. Ever.
Yeah, it always is, isn't it?
Thank you, yeah. I agree with that. I'm glad you agree with it. I just want to get back to Peshawar.
The radio compass isn't included.
It's a pig to use. You have to tune it in by ear. I remember doing a video on it.
Oh, yeah. Get it.
Apparently it should be right in front of me and I just can't see. Oh, there it is. Found it. Hello, Peshawar.
She was fighting.
Yeah, I'm really struggling.
Try to pull back a little bit.
Oh, I just got over Mach 0.94. Where are you, RC? Perfect textbook PAF landing, RC. That's all we allow here. Perfect textbook landing.
Oh, you're...
Don't you worry.
So
I've got a solution for that. Woo!
I'm on the right.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. My gear actually down. Oh,
yes.
Cooling. Did you see that yo-yo, RC? What a sweet biatch.
Oh.
And dropping in place, baby. There's PAF, sweet PAF skills. Also this resilient axial flow turbo. Come on, baby. Now, do these have parachutes, Ozzy? I can't remember how they stop.
Yeah.
Well, that's excellent news. Oh, what a great plane. Always a pleasure, always a pleasure. Apart from the fact that I'm in a world of trouble here, RC. A world of trouble. Something's wrong with my aeroplane. Oh, I butted front gear. It is okay, boys and girls. It was just a party trick.
I'm good.
That's excellent news. So am I. I hope you enjoyed our strike on Pathankot, and we'll see you later. Right, let's get some sexy pictures.
What happened there, Cal?
No, probably the code went wrong because it was a perfect expert landing. I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah. Code went wrong.
It's probably the, yeah, I'm glad you agree it was the code.